Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm playing with some Tonic Studios goodies from the latest garden party release, and I also have some Nuvo alcohol markers. These are the new Emerald Seas, so I don't know, maybe they'll fit in with the card design, I'm not sure, but they're the three new alcohol markers from Nuvo, and I store all of my alcohol markers in this container, but it fits them all. I just have to rearrange them. I think Dexter was coloring with them, and so now there's some yellows in with the greens and whatnot, and that can't happen. So I have the Flora background, which is this awesome huge 6x8 background. Nice floral design. And then we have the summer flowers. I don't know much about flowers, so I can't tell you what kind of flowers they are. And then I also have the sentiment collection that also came out. So let's see what happens. Let's see what we create with these products. So I am taking a piece of smooth light gray cardstock, and I'm using my Tonic guillotine trimmer to cut it down to 3.5 by 4 3/4. I'm using a little bit of the tape runner adhesive on the back of my cardstock to keep it in its place while I stamp with the Flora background. I'm using a coordinating light gray ink to stamp and do a tone-on-tone effect with this background. I did end up stamping it twice, and I made sure to apply a generous amount of pressure to get a really great image. I love the way that this looks. This is one of my favorite colors to use. I also love using Nuvo Clear Mark embossing ink to do my heat embossing. I've prepped my cardstock, and now I'm stamping down the little banner from the Celebrate Sentiment set, and we're going to do some heat embossing with white embossing powder. I'm doing this on smooth black cardstock. I love the way that black and white sentiments look. Once I get a fair amount of embossing powder in place, I'm going to use my heat tool to heat it up, to melt it in place. To avoid warping or burning of your cardstock or embossing powder, always keep your heat tool moving. I like to use the Nuvo Surface Sweep brush to clean up before and after heat embossing. It really is quite handy. I'm using the Get Well Soon sentiment from the Celebrate Sentiment set, and that is going to go right on my banner, and I'm going to heat emboss that using the exact same technique as the actual banner. I am using a pair of detail scissors to cut along the outside edge of the white heat embossed lines. This is fussy cutting, my friends, in all of its glory, and I don't really like it, but I do it when I have to. I'm going to pop this up right on the front, just like so. Now I have my Nuvo Black Shadow ink pad. This is a hybrid ink that can be used with alcohol markers, which is what I'm going to use to color with today. So I'm stamping them down on some heavyweight white cardstock that I like to use for alcohol marker coloring. I originally wanted to use that new Emerald Seas trio to color these, but it was a little bit more teal than I really wanted to use. I really wanted more of a green color. I want to bring, I guess I'm trying to make like the ferns or like the filler pieces of a bouquet. I'm not really familiar with flowers and things like that, so when I go to color flowers or to create a card with flowers on it, I am completely out of my comfort zone. So you're gonna see me experience flowers more and more because I want to test myself and take myself out of my comfort zone. So here is me making some flowers on my cards, right? I'm using Nuvo alcohol markers in Irish Clover and Woodland greens to paint my ferns, and what I consider to look like baby's breath. I don't know, I could be way off, but what I wanted it to look like was baby's breath. Let me know in the comments below if I was way off or not. That I'm interested to know my test score for today's card. Or you could tell me what they're supposed to be, because that would be educational for me at least. Or maybe somebody else would like to know and is reading through the comments. So to create my baby's breath, I grabbed the Nuvo Simply White Nuvo drops and quickly made all those little tiny Nuvo drops. It wasn't that bad. It was really quite simple. Simply white. I used gray craft foam and tear tape adhesive to pop up that tone-on-tone Flora background onto a bright white heavyweight cardstock. This card base is cut to size A2 and scored in a portrait top folding orientation. So I knew where I wanted to situate the banner, but I did struggle a little bit on deciding where to put my images. I just kind of played around with it until I didn't hate it so much. That's it. I hope you enjoyed my video. Find me, find Tonic Studios on social media, interact with me in the comments, and until next time, coming up next is footage from On the Make Christmas in July. Snap our fingers. How about we'll do a finger snap?
Finger snap.
All right. We're gonna have On the Make Christmas in July in Morehead City, North Carolina. Yay!